Nice.
My name is Sababata Mugwena from Homegrown Radio. Today I'm standing here proud to say that I am an I was born to speak on radio graduate.
And I am Kamila Sibiloani Mushimani Wamakawa, and I'm also a proud student who have graduated from the program as well.
Yes.
Girl was popping. My name is Dusa Mugwena, and I am a graduate from that I was born to speak on radio training class.
And my name is Patun Mudiba, also a graduate from the Lockdown 2020 Leadership Program.
So I am here to ask you, if you are interested in radio or TV, why haven't you joined the course?
Let me see some teeth there smiling, pretending you're talking onto the mic. Yeah, show me attitude, look at the camera and smile. Nice.
How well timed is it that we're in a zone where we're having a good time, we're laughing, and we're learning? No one is complaining in this room. And I hope that everybody on the Zoom call, everybody who's watching us on Facebook is also blessed and know that they're in the right space. This is a Leadership 2020 production. It's called I Was Born to Speak on Radio. Warrior Rick, how does the future look?
My friend, when we talked about energy at the top of the show, this is a show. It's a session, it's learning, but it is a show. It's lights, camera, action. When we talked about energy, the energy that these two had, Tuso and Cabello, was palpable. You could feel it. You could feel the energy. And of course there's going to be stumbling and you're going to stutter and, oh my gosh, I got to talk about something that wasn't on my script. But what I can do is I can be myself. That's it. And that's what they did. So I know more about who Tuso is and I know more about who Cabello is.
Sir, I'm very much interested in mental health. So I want to know what kept you grounded. How did you go about in terms of the challenges that you've come across? What kept you grounded and anchored?
I think my family kept me grounded. So, you know, often you'll get someone who meets my children or my wife and it's like, and by chance, oh, I didn't know this guy's your husband or whatever, like. But the reality is, within the home environment, we talk, we debate, we argue, like I'm just another person in the house. And I think fundamentally that's important. You cannot go and say, so I mean I have a job to do, I have a responsibility to do in terms of my, like a broadcast mission. But at home you're one part of you're an important member of the family.
Who's next, guys? Oh, okay, cool. Oh, they're looking nice.
Yeah.
2, 3.
Radio!
Nice, the future of radio. Nice. Attitude, show us some smiles. Yes, happiness, happiness.
We have a guest coming on that is going to get into some of the more details of branding, talking about radio, and I'm looking forward to speaking to you now about Branding 101.
I mean, my leanings are more talk more than music, so, but I came out of that course with an affirmation, a self-affirmation. Because before that, you don't know how good you are until you measure yourself against other people. I came out of there believing that I was good enough to crack it wherever. So even the same moderator, she like, let me see if I can try and get you onto other stations. It didn't quite happen, but a few months later, 5FM were looking for a sports job, right, in a new position. And a friend of mine by the name of Yunus Solomon, who was working at the SABC, got wind of it, and he called me and said, why don't you go and check these guys out? And I went, it probably went like 10 years later than I should have. You know what, I wasn't a kid, right?
Yes.
And a week later, I was on the air. And that's essentially what happened. So Sunday I was at 5FM, meeting different people. But I must also, and I want to just emphasize this point, right? As much as, to a degree, I have a reasonably strong public profile, and you certainly do, and Sibu certainly does it as well, I think there's this fine line between respect and acknowledging who they are and who we are, but there's a line between that and over-reverence, where to the point like, oh my God, because one of the biggest things for me on radio, and maybe because I was already mature in my mind, was respect, admire, but don't over respect and don't over admire to the point where like I can't ask questions now.
Yes.
Like that's nonsense.
Yeah, that's nonsense.
Okay?
Yes.
And that stayed with me till today, and I think it's a fundamentally important thing if you want to move ahead. I mean, see yourself as an equal.
Yes, I love that, but I also love the fact that you got into it. You had already experienced, life and other work, but you still didn't say, I don't want to do this. I'm too old now. Let me focus on that. Because also people tend to do that to themselves. Because I mean, we can't all start at the same level.